Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Voices that we record upon.
Do you want to get into it, Sorry? You might as well.
Oh, let's get into it. I'm fired up and ready to go this week. 138.
Yeah, but it's usually me who gives out, like.
I think the giving out quality this week will be spectacular.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of having to do it, like.
I have to say as well, though, we are getting into a habit of every episode lately.
Yeah.
We've started with abuse of our manager.
I know, yeah, but rightly so.
This week
I'm not. No, I'm not getting into
level.
Did your mother ever say that to you when you were young? Like, look, I'm sick of.
I'm sick of talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
You know, I can't even get into this anymore now, which anymore.
Can I set the scene?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I almost got a pain straight away there thinking about it. I got a laughing pain, and I know about the laughing I'm going to do.
Go on.
Brendan.
Yeah.
I know how he does this.
I know, yeah.
Brendan's going on holiday.
He has this outrageous ability to just piss us off.
Oh yeah, but this is piss a lot of people off.
Go on.
Brendan's going on holiday tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. Who's he going with?
On his own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is he going?
I don't know. He won't
Last
tell
I
anyone.
heard it was Ballina.
What?
Yeah.
Just to get away.
Just to get away. He said there's books he hasn't finished.
What?
He's going away for 3 nights, 4 nights maybe. Tuesday to Friday.
Oh, so he didn't get through school. That's what he's doing. He's redoing his junior cert. There's books he didn't get through.
Yeah.
He didn't get through Maths 5 in the junior cert, man. So
yeah, that's true. He could be doing
he's
it.
still on the Sugrus. Do you remember Sugru when you were a baby? Oh, yeah. He's still on Sugru 3, man.
Yeah, that's possible. No, he's going on a little holiday for himself because he needs a break.
Yeah.
Now.
From his family. Go on anyway.
I have to ask you, have you ever gone on a holiday by yourself, for yourself?
No, and this is the annoying thing.
Yeah.
I've never been more jealous ever of a man ever. That's the hardest part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that he has the ability to go, I'm going away now on my own.
But he's the ability to pull it off.
Yeah. He's going to be pulling it.
Shouldn't have said it like that. Sorry. Yeah,
he's on his own. Go on,
his own. Very good. Oh, the ice house won't know what hit him. Anyway, the reason he's not here tonight, pushing 1 and 2, is because he's gone on his. Actually, no, he's not gone on his holidays. But he said, and this is the ironic thing of the whole thing, I don't want to do tonight, right? Because I think it'd be pushing it too far
to get another
if
day.
I was gone Monday evening as well as all day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, he thought the wife would kill him if he was gone another day as well. Like,
how does he think the 4 days is going to be away by himself? It's not a problem.
I know, yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I said this to him.
That's a fart in a hurricane one more night, like.
He says to me,
you know what I mean?
Such a great moment, yeah. He said, and by the way, thanks very much to James McManus. He's here tonight, filling in for Brendan, who is taking annual leave for himself.
Fair play, Jamesy.
I said this to him. I said this to Brendan. He called in for the tea on, I think it was Thursday, Friday maybe.
That's right.
And he told me about this plan to go on a holiday for himself. And I thought, so few men can do that.
I know,
and he said, you need to be in a situation, you know, with your wife or your partner, where you can say, I'm going on a holiday
I don't
for
love
myself.
you anymore.
No. No.
You need to be in that space, Ray. I know.
Yeah, but what an angel Neve must be.
Yeah, I know,
to go, Brendan, you deserve this.
Yeah.
Tip away and enjoy it. And look, here's a few sandwiches to bring with you for the road.
Yeah, and here's a few sandwiches and here's 50 quid for a hooker. That's what she said when he was leaving. I don't want to know, she said.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Just make sure you enjoy yourself.
I'd shower after and we'll talk nothing more about it. You know what I mean?
Anyway, just I wonder how anyone can do it. Not that now. I believe our partners would be quite happy to see us off if it was good for us. Like,
well, I've said it 100 times on this podcast, like, and I've been having this conversation a lot more lately.
Now that you're married,
no, well, now that I'm married, and now that I'm gigging and working, we'll say, and recording a podcast every week, like, there's no time to do anything ever. And I was having this conversation with a gentleman at work today. He was saying, "How do you get away with it?" Like,
and it is getting away with it.
Like, I'm never here, but I said to him, I've said it 100 times. What is the key to a good marriage or relationship?
You don't see each other.
Don't see each other. You can't argue if you don't see each other.
Yeah. So Nicola would have no problem with you going away for a week for yourself.
I'm sure she's delighted when I do.
Okay.
You know, maybe, like, as long as she knows what I'm at. That'd be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
She has to,
okay.
You know what I mean? She have to know what you're at, like.
Yeah.
You know, to a certain extent.
I can imagine Brendan's reports, and I'm just halfway through this book, and I'm aiming to start the next one.
Yeah, I'd leave it cert done in no time, kind of thing. I'd love if he was resitting his leaving cert.
What else could he be at now? What would take 4 days? But you'd have to obviously... You have to tell us, I'm just going on a holiday for myself. Maybe he's going to Turkey to get the hair done.
Oh my God, can you imagine if he came back with a full mullet?
Yeah. Do you think he's
Imagine if he was
Maybe
away
he's
to
off
Turkey.
And maybe that's the thing.
Oh my God, that'd be unbelievable. But imagine if he came back and he didn't let on. Like, he was just like, no, it just grew back. I grew it out over the 4 days.
Just grew it out over the 4 days.
He was like, fuck it, I just let it grow out again.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And just continue on like nothing had happened. Like,
Anyway, to solve the mystery, it'll be next week before we can tell you what Brendan did in his holidays.
yeah, and the one thing he didn't do was order cocktails on time again. I hate saying this.
He put it into the group. He said, I did order them, and no cocktails.
He said they're there, ready to go, 087, and there's no sign of them.
No.
So, I mean, that's what we're up against now at this stage.
How are you, Mark? I haven't talked to you all week.
Not too bad, man. It was a bit of a bit long, old, kind of weird old week, wasn't it?
Bit like last week's episode.
Oh, now we're fucking 15.
Bit of a long and weird old one.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come here it's been a weird old week in terms of the COVID.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm vexed.
talk about the shit hitting the Kendy all of a sudden, like. And I know, like, can we just do the political segment, will we?
I think we should.
It'll only take a half an hour.
Yeah, because I have to get it out of the way because my blood is boiling.
Your blood is boiling as well.
Because I asked the question.
Yeah.
Right? Let's look at it now. We're in Dublin. If you were in Dublin.
Yeah.
You were in Dublin.
I wouldn't want to be, but
And
okay.
you're standing in a bar,
Yeah,
right? And
I
it's
wouldn't
5
want to
to
be.
12.
Yeah.
And the bar is full of vaccinated individuals.
Yeah.
They've all been there since earlier in the evening after following the match of the rugby or something,
Yeah.
you know? And they're all there.
The match of the rugby will be happening this evening in Dublin, you guys.
So the match of the rugby had happened and they all had enjoyed themselves. They were all vaccinated, they all had the COVID certs out and everybody's happy out.
Yeah.
And at 5 to 12, because of the COVID rising in the country,
Yeah.
the government had thought, let's get them out of the pub at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
On the button.
Yeah.
And then outside the pub, there is a Lewis.
Yeah.
And everybody gets into the Lewis
Yeah.
like sardines.
Yeah.
And are ferried home.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, I know.
That's going to reduce our COVID
Yeah,
numbers.
you're dead right. You're fucking dead
Send
right, Ray.
those
Now you're
vaccinated
talking.
people
Come on, Ray.
out.
Get it out. Come on.
And
Go on, Ray. Lift it.
And me and the old lad had a very big debate about this there last Tuesday
Right.
night or Wednesday night, whatever night I was home.
Okay.
And I says he was going on about the antigen tests.
Right.
But they're not reliable, he said.
Not reliable. No,
I said,
yeah.
right.
See.
So they're telling us antigen tests, not reliable, don't be taking them.
Yeah.
Unless you've nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. Unless, yeah.
If you're living in a house with someone with COVID,
Take
right,
one.
We're going to send 3 of them out to
Yeah,
you.
but you don't take them though unless we send them out to you.
They're unreliable.
Yeah.
And you're going to probably fuck them up.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Isn't that absolutely
Yeah.
staggering?
Don't be taking them, but we're going to
Yeah.
send 3 of them out to you. Take one the first day, take one
Yeah.
the second, third day, and one the fifth day.
Yeah, but don't take it upon yourself to take one.
Yeah, just suck them into you when there's nothing wrong with you.
So I have a friend who lives in Germany, Raymond, previously known as the Third Reich.
Oh.
Now, right? So he's after getting sick.
What an awful indictment.
Well, it has nothing to do with the story. I'm just letting you know it's some
Oh.
history lessons.
An indictment is... Anyway, go on.
Used to be good, strong boys around Germany back then,
Okay,
man.
go on.
You know, they make decisions quick on the fly. Boom.
I heard the minister come out tonight in Germany and he said, everybody by Christmas will be either vaccinated, cured, or dead.
That's brilliant, because he's an Indian guy, is he?
Shite.
So this is the thing, right? I have a friend who lives in Germany, right?
Germany.
He lives in Berlin. There used to be a big old sexy wall there, right?
Yeah, took it down, put it in a castle in Waterford.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What do you
Myself and
mean?
Laura went to visit a castle in Waterford one day.
Right.
And we were tipping around the garden looking at all the nice trees.
Yeah.
And then we came around the corner, like some bushes.
Right.
And I looked up and I said, oh, jeez, there's a big wall with a lot of graffiti on it. I said, that's a bit of the Berlin Wall. Joking I was.
Yeah.
Laura says, is it? I said, yeah.
You stupid bitch. Is
It's not the Berlin Wall.
I'll have her
What
up there.
kind of an idiot to bring part of the Berlin Wall and stick it up in a garden in
Waterford.
Waterford? Yeah.
Jesus.
We looked it up. Part of the Berlin
The wall.
Wall.
You looked up the wall.
No.
Jeez, that is the fucking Berlin Wall.
It was 2 bits of the Berlin Wall that the Buck and the Castle brought over for this exhibition in his
Go away.
garden.
Jesus Christ, did he put it on the boat or what did he do with it?
Yeah,
Like,
he had to put it on the boat.
he put it in the back of the Cortina.
Yeah.
And he rebuilt it again. But come here, what was I saying about the Berlin? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He lives in Berlin where there used to be a wall. Now, funny enough, he could peer over that wall because he's about 7 foot tall.
Right.
There's not, besides the point, Ray, will you listen to me for a second? So, what you do in Germany is, I think you pay like 70 cents or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you take an antigen test and there's loads of little spots all around the place.
For antigen test.
Yeah, and then you have it then for like 24 hours so you can go into your pub and have the crack.
Okay.
Now, That is what we asked our government to do. And they said, no. We have to work for that. Like,
so you go into a place.
You go into it, yeah.
Which professionally administer an antigen test. So it takes the whole element of you didn't shove it far enough up your nose.
Yeah, they give it they give it the receipt.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And they say, there you go, you can go out and enjoy your night now tonight.
Okay, you get a hall pass.
You get a hall pass for the COVID.
Yeah, COVID
right?
hall pass.
COVID hall pass, right?
Yeah.
COVID all sorts. And you go out and you tip around of your night out, like. And that is what we're asking our government to do.
They're not reliable.
So but that's what I'm saying. We're like, can we just use them then of our own accords? And they're like,
no,
you stupid.
Trust, no.
I'm not trusting any single one of ye.
Your man Ronan Glynn was on the RTE News.
Who's he? I think
he's the deputy kind of dictator.
Oh,
Tony Houlihan is the main dictator. He's running the country now at this point.
Tony Houlihan's is running the country.
Yeah, Ronan
and
Glynn.
They told us, probably
Glynn.
a nice fella. They told us they were going to kick Tony Houlihan's out in October, and he's still farting around like Father Stone in Father Ted, man.
Ronan Glynn gave on the RTE News. This is what me and the Outlaw was debating about.
Right.
And he says, if you've any symptoms of the COVID, and that includes tiredness or a sore muscle, which I have both at the moment.
I got kicked in the football, Ray.
If you're tired and you've sore muscles, you have to go get a PCR test.
What?
I'd be killed getting PCR tests.
You'd be getting them every day.
Yeah, I'm a sore muscle, tired man.
Yeah, but that's what all of us are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eventually you get to a stage in your life where all you are is sore muscles and tiredness.
And in these months, I always have a bit of a tickly cough and a snuffy nose.
That's the biggest problem now.
But it's from Heineken, not from
I know.
COVID.
People walk around sniffled out of it, man. But as you said, it's from Heineken.
It's from the
Porter.
Heineken, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they're telling you to go and get a PCR test if you have any kind of symptom whatsoever of the COVID-19s.
It's just daft now all of a sudden.
It has gone awful daft, and we're left in this weird limbo this week, which is why I was saying it was such a weird week, is that we're now anticipating what we've anticipated for the last 18 months.
Dropping all the hints there.
They drop all the hints like they always do.
We can't rule it out.
And then they pretend they're fighting for you. So 2 weeks ago, Neffet come out and say we're going to have to shut it down, and they say no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, we had to listen to Neffet a little bit, lads, so just leave it with us.
Just send all the boys home at 12 o'clock. Yeah, that'll do.
And then they're going to come out again in the week and go, oh, we really tried to give you Christmas. I'm awful sorry. We tried our best.
We have to take it away.
But the boys are the I can't do anything about it. I'm awful sorry. That's what happens. It's happened for the last 18 months solid. And all the while, Raymond.
All the while what?
All the while what, Ray? is that we're still dealing with a health system that is not capable of dealing with anything of any kind of pressure.
Again, heard the Ronan Glynn on the radio. He said, don't get me wrong. If we had more beds, it'd be great. But beds are not the first line of defence.
Oh, lovely. So we are again.
We're the problem.
Let's try one more different line of defence, please, if you don't mind.
Boosters.
Do you know what I mean?
Look, I can see now, I can feel it, that we've gone on too long about this. And
Yeah,
someone
let's keep
listens to
going.
this episode backwards in a year and a half's time, he will be sick to the teeth of us talking about
No,
this.
but in a year and a half time, they'll go, this is exactly the same as this now. How weird is that?
And to finish it off, my last point is,
Yeah.
I don't see an end goal. All I see them doing is closing everything or closing incrementally stuff down.
Yeah.
But no one is kind of saying, what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point?
Why? And where are we
because
going?
We can't get rid of it out of the country.
That's what I'm saying.
We got it. I hate to say it because you know I'm not a big fan of the Brits, but I think the Brits are great.
You absolutely. You are such a Brit sympathiser.
I think they're
Ray.
dealing with this very well.
I have to agree.
They're looking at Austria and they're going, geez, you poor bastards.
I was talking to a cousin of mine, right, in Florida, right?
Oh, Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Do you know what that's in America, right?
Yeah.
America's Wang, they call it, Ray, because it's like a little appendage coming down the bottom. Do you ever see it on a map?
Yeah.
It's like a little willy. And so she lives on America's little willy.
Yeah.
And she said they had the first lockdown in Florida.
Aye.
Now, it's all different all over America.
Oh, yeah.
Did the first lockdown in Florida. Yeah. She said since then, nothing. Just the same. They just go and live their lives. That's all they do is go and live their lives. And like people are going to argue now. They're going to say, Kendy and Raybo, shower shites, right?
Yeah.
And I can see it now on the Twitterist. Kendy Raybo, shower shites.
You can see it.
Yeah.
on the
Oh, you
paper.
want to kill everyone's granny then? Come on. Like, but it's not that. Like, it's that we're obviously living with this fucking thing now. Every day we get news of another friend of ours that has COVID.
There was a report in the Lancet, which is a very esteemed medical journal.
Yeah, okay.
And you know me, I like to keep up to date with the Lancet.
Was it a British journal?
It was, yeah.
Of course it was, Ray. You wouldn't fucking read it in this.
Well, they don't have a similar thing. Well, maybe they do in Ireland, but I wasn't reading it. Anyway, the Lancet came out and said, I hate to say it, people are just as transmissible who are vaccinated than who are not vaccinated.
Ray, how dare you say that?
I know I might get shot for it.
Can I make another statement?
Uh-huh.
why won't somebody come out and say, look, we have to be real with you here. Them fucking vaccines did not work at all.
Oh, I think they did work.
But not the way they thought. What I'm saying is, they sold it to us, lads. And I remember Varadkars and the Mihals Martin on the radio in late December, leading all the way through to February, going, lads, we're going to roll out this vaccine and it's going to be the way to go. And I don't care that it didn't work, because it was obviously a shot in the fucking dark, because they don't know anything about them. I wanted to go out and say, didn't do what we thought they were going to do, lads. Honestly, we missed the ball there completely on that one, like. Because you're just as transmissible. I got the Johnson & Johnson, right?
Yeah.
But like another fart in a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
And apparently they're on about giving the Johnson & Johnson people a different one. They're like, geez, that one did not work at all whatsoever. It depletes something fierce in the 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, so you get it, and 6 months later it doesn't. You're not even protected anymore.
I have a funny feeling there'll be like.
Do you know what the best protection is?
Vaccine filling stations.
Yeah, but
pull in on the way from Killarney just for top up.
Another one.
Boost.
Can I get 50 Moderna, please? The Turkish bar. Yeah, pay by card. Yeah,
No, I'm on the DCI.
You have your VHI card, you do? Yeah. Give me another 50.
Put it in the card,
Moderna.
Yeah. Or Cyphers at 25 Pfizer. And then there'll be the boy races, young lads. Give me a fiver.
Give me a fiver, Johnson.
Keep me going till the weekend. I don't need 6 months at this point.
But that's the way it's going to be. That's very good. Did you see the crack, actually, in Österreich, as we speak of it? I think it is Austria.
Austria, yeah.
Or is it Budapest?
No, it's Austria.
Where's Budapest?
Oh, wait, what are you talking about now?
I'm talking about the ones that'll suck the clem off you for a vaccine.
What?
I saw it.
No,
they're in a brothel.
A brothel.
Right? Your one comes out dressed as a nurse. She is not certified.
No,
There's no shagging way, because she hands you over to a doctor who does it. She's only dressed as a nurse. It's a bit, right? She's not really a nurse. They don't wear stockings.
It's a real authentic experience.
Yeah, but then I copped it straight away, Ray.
Right.
I said, that's not a nurse, man. They don't wear suspenders and she has her tits out.
Yeah.
I said, there's something fishy here now, right? Your man goes in, and if you go and get your vaccine, because the vaccine uptake has been so bad, in the brothel, by a certified doctor, not a certified nurse, then the uncertified nurse then...
Does the doctor leave the room? Said, I'm going to leave you now for 15 minutes for observation by our nurse.
Ray.
And that's what happens.
I was only thinking, right? You know the way some people... I've heard of people fainting and shit after the vaccine.
Yeah.
Like, you're worse for wear. That's why they make you sit for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You have a half an hour with this uncertified nurse.
Nurse keeping an eye on you.
Like... If you took a turn, and she was like, "You enjoying that area?" and you're frothing, like, you know what I mean? But there's a gentleman, right? So let's say the news channels go in. I don't know what the news channel is over there, if Euro News or something, right?
Yeah.
So the news channel went in to do a story on this, and as a fella was walking in, they obviously said to him, "Come here. Would you mind if we film you for the national news going in to get your vaccine so they can get suckied out of it?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, no bother at all."
Yeah.
Like, it's so... I don't know, what would you call it? Unadulterated.
Well, it's pragmatic.
Yeah, but like the fact that he was like, "Yeah, I don't care if you're... we all know why I'm here."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He wasn't hiding it.
He wasn't hiding it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I haven't huge interest in the vaccine, but I get a free half an hour with that uncertified nurse."
But isn't it marvellous that we here on the edge of Europe are now talking about him?
Well, there we go.
That's the kind of notoriety he has garnered for himself.
I saw him on a video film on my telephone.
Yeah.
Right?
Where were you at the time?
I was sitting down in the room below here.
Unbelievable.
In Sligo.
Yeah.
And I saw a video film on my telephone.
Of a man going in and getting uncertified nurse experience.
Yeah. Get vaccinated and then penetrated or whatever. Anyway, fair play to that fella. That's the end of the political talk.
section.
The only thing I will say is that keep an eye on, I wouldn't believe a word they say. The Liberal.ie put out a story yesterday. Which by the time you listen will be about
a new moon?
4 days ago. What?
No, it's not about a new moon.
We'll get to that. I want to know about that in a second.
Apparently the
They
second
put out
moon.
a thing that says apparently everyone's been told already. They have 4 billion put aside for the hospitality sector and the entertainment sector, and that the 13th of December they're all going to be closed down. On the 20th of December the whole economy is going to be closed down again, and it's going to be locked down for Christmas. That's what the Liberal.ie said. Now I would take that with a pinch of Mickey, because
I hope
they'll do anything for clickbait. Like, they're very
I hope
bad.
they come to their senses.
What? Who?
Desperado type style.
Well, actually, they're looking for people to do the census now.
No.
So, go on. No, they are though. They're hiring for the census
That's
as
a
well.
different one.
Go on.
I hope they come to their senses and don't do that.
What, as in close it down?
Yeah, because
I mean, it'd just be staggering, wouldn't it?
it'd be staggeringly stupid.
Yeah. But again, there'd be no uprising because we just have to go along with it.
No,
like,
because
and
we're
that's the
too
problem.
nice.
Yeah.
It's like that time when you're in a queue and someone jumps in front of you.
And you
just
go,
don't
no,
want,
yeah, no bother.
You're grand.
But here's the thing, Ray, and I know a lot of the local politicians around here, and some of those local politicians own establishments that I would frequent as well, and I have good time for them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they're part of political parties now that are completely against the people like me and you, we'd say, that we consider. I know you work for the government, all that kind of crack.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the next general election.
I don't want...
They're going to knock at the door. I'm going to say, come in. Come on in. What do you want, tea? Sit down. Do you want a biscuit or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit for an hour and explain to me how you nearly and very actively almost ruined my life.
But, yeah... Okay, yeah. No, they did. I actually have to hand it to you.
They actively tried to ruin my life.
Only that you realised that people really wanted to watch funerals, they would have ruined your life.
I would have been, Ray, thank God people want to watch funerals.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it's true. It's true.
But that's the thing.
Like I got a text from Mum this evening. Because apparently there's a mass on for work colleagues, you know.
Right, okay.
And she was going to go to it.
Yeah.
And now she's not.
She said, I'm just going to watch it online.
I'm just going to watch it online.
There's some priests against that, Ray.
Why?
Oh, we're getting some pullback from certain priests who won't let us into their house of God.
Because they're not getting a cut.
No, they want to cut,
They
man. They
want
want to put their hand out.
performance cut.
No, they want bums on seats, Ray.
Okay.
Is what they want. They don't want those camera gentlemen in there so that, you know.
Place is all empty.
Yeah, while Bridie can watch it at home then. You know what I mean?
How do you do a virtual envelope?
What? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they need to start looking into
And
virtual envelopes.
they've come around that thing as well now. I'd be walking into other establishments in this town, cafes and the likes, and they have that the tipping thing because no one's carrying the cash to moor, right?
No.
You can't even give a pound to a homeless man.
No.
We already talked about the busker I saw in town who had a card machine.
Yes.
But now you can give your tips through little apps, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it's unbelievable because we're going towards a cashless society, Raymond,
Catholic
right?
Church should be a subscription society.
Eventually, there's going to be birthday cards, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the Catholic Church. How would you pay? A tenner a month?
Yeah, no, it'd be like Netflix.
The sale of indulgences, they used to call it anyway. They still do.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
That's it. Your $11.99 gets you access to any mass you want. Right? And then if you want confession, that's an additional, that's like a pay-per-view event.
You could sponsor an altar boy as well, and you get a picture of him every week.
Yeah, he'll write to you.
I was going to say something. Eventually, birthday cards, Ray.
Yeah.
You're going to have a birthday card, right? Hear me out now. Where... this is genius, and I can't believe I'm going to give this idea away to everyone now. Also, if it's already done, then I'm way behind the curve.
Yeah.
You're not cashless society. No one's carrying the pound in the pocket anymore, right?
Yeah.
To dirty out money, all that stuff, right? Eventually, birth cards are going to open up. There's going to be a barcode in them,
Right.
or a QR code.
QR code.
And when you tap it, it takes the 50 out of my account that I promised you.
Unreal.
Seriously, what an
Yeah.
idea that is.
That's good.
And someone else is going to take that now. I have a friend of mine, right, who came up with an idea for amalgamating all of your receipts and online receipts into one handy app.
Mm-hmm.
They thought about it. They brought it to their college professor as part of their,
Thesis thing.
with something along those lines.
FYP.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And they said, that's a great idea. You should really go ahead with that now. And then they didn't. They went on with their lives. And someone did it. Someone did it. And they are now they're like top 5 of like the hottest people under 30, like economically in Ireland.
Yeah.
So if
I'd
someone
do very
goes,
good to give that away to people.
can we cut that out? Why did I give that idea to people? I could be a multi-Kendy here.
Multi-Kenny here, yeah.
Honest to God. But anyway, that's the political talk done and dusted, Ray, because
dusted, wrapped up.
otherwise we'd be driven demented. Now, you went to Cork this weekend, so you did.
I did. I have my notes.
You went to Handy Dublin. What do I always call it?
It's not
like
Handy Dublin.
Well, it's like Dublin with charm. It's like Dublin, but the accent is a bit less aggressive.
Do you know the way you try not to be insulting, but you end up being insulting?
It happens always.
Well, I might veer into that.
Fucking Ray. I feel like I'm watching myself now. This is brilliant.
Because
Because the Corkians get away with it.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they're wrapped up in a touch of charm.
Yeah. Touch.
They're probably twice the bastard the Dubs are.
Oh, they are. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
No,
okay.
no, come on,
okay,
Ray.
hold on now.
Lift it, Ray.
So myself and herself took down to the Cork.
Yeah.
The People's Republic.
Yeah.
She had a dose of college. So
Right.
I went down with her because to get her from A to B, I went down.
Yeah.
But I was doing a Brendan on it and I was thinking, I'm going to have a lovely man weekend down in Cork.
Oh, brilliant.
So I said, we'll have to stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And I'll busy myself while she's in doing the course.
We were busy the way, yeah.
I busied myself something fierce. We landed down on the Friday night. No, I didn't. Landed down on the Friday night. Right? to the Maldron in Shandon.
You were pumping sweat.
Shut up, will ya?
I was busy myself.
Shut up. I was down. We were in the Maldron in Shandon, the Shandon Maldron. Now, apparently, it's the oldest.
Han Shandon.
It's the oldest hotel in Cork, and from looking at the wall, it was built in 730.
Right. Okay.
AD.
Did they even drop the inside?
But then we actually realised someone had taken the one away, so 1730 was when the hotel was built.
I knew it was 1730, but I didn't even hear that you said 7.
It was an old building.
My favourite part of those old buildings, sorry, I always cut across your stories.
You do, yeah. That's the end of the story now.
That's the end of that one. My favourite part about old buildings that are hotels is the fact that everyone's like, look at this grand old building, how gorgeous it is.
Oh, God.
Now, to make it feasible, we had to build the biggest extension ever on the back of it that's pure modern. So everyone will still enjoy it. Did they do that?
No, sadly not. We landed in, the first thing they said was, I'm very sorry. I actually think Laura got an email about this. The lift was broken.
Oh, sure, there was no lift in 1700.
Well, there was a lift there. There was one single lift in this hotel, and it was broken.
Right.
We were put the fifth fucking floor.
Jeez.
5 flights of stairs I was climbing up and down for the weekend.
Jesus.
My hip flexors are broken.
They're gone. Gee, you should get a PCR test done, man.
I should get a PCR test. That sounds like a symptom. No, it was a tough walk up and down. Not a bad old hotel though. Besides,
right? Okay.
You know,
what was it called again?
The Maldron in Shandon.
Right. Okay.
In fairness, it's very accessible to Cork.
I didn't realise the Maldron had hotels in the 1700s either. That's wonderful.
They've been at it a while.
Mickey Maldron.
Mickey Maldron bought this site back in 1700.
A long time ago. Go on anyway.
No, in fairness, it's very central and whatnot.
Okay.
But it's fucking hilly city.
Cork is very hilly,
the built in a very bad spot.
Honestly, they couldn't have built it anywhere. See, Sligo, I'm only saying, Sligo built it perfect. They said, is that a big hole in the ground over there? Let's build our town in that.
Yeah.
Floodplain. Go on anyway.
So, it was grand, but I have to tell you a story.
Go on.
Hold on now, and I'll just get my notes.
Get your notes and tell me whatever story you want, Ray.
First of all, when I got up on the Saturday morning, I went off and had my breakfast for myself.
Right.
I went to a place called Tony's Bistro.
Right. How Tony?
Tony is a Sopranos themed bistro on one of the main streets in Cork.
Way.
I've never seen anything like it.
So it's not called Tony's, it's called Tony's.
It's called Tony's.
Hey,
and
Tony.
all of the breakfasts are named after characters in the Sopranos.
Right, okay.
I had a Frank Costello.
Right.
It's a really enjoyable moment.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and yet again, another breakfast spot with a queue. I had to queue to get into it.
What was the Frank Costello?
It was just a standard 2 egg, 2 sausage, 2 rashes, 2 pudding, 1 white, 1 black.
2 egg, 2 sausage, 2 rash, 2 pudding. Oh, no. 2 rash, 2 bacon.
No, how do we not know the song?
I love Pat Short so much. I can't believe it. Anyways, was it a full
roll? 2 egg, 2 sausage, 2 rash, 2 bacon, 2 1 pudding, 1 black, 1 white.
No,
all wrapped in a tower
2 pudding, 1 black, 1 white.
All wrapped in a tower like top of each other and round up good and tight. If you're having some tea, the milk's over there, 5 sugar in a bowl. Says she, do you want some sauce? And that says I doing my roll.
Oh, I'm so glad we got that.
Glad we got it. Had to be done.
Go on anyway.
So, Tony's Bistro, beautiful little breakfast.
Frank Costello,
lovely breakfast.
Right, okay.
Left there.
Yeah.
And then I went to the swimming pool that was in the hotel.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Put on your little trunks.
Yeah, 1.4 metres the whole way around.
Oh, you want to do a bit of diving?
At no point did I feel like I possibly could drown.
Yeah. You have to have that fear.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to have that fear in the water that I might die.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing about the COVID, the sauna was closed due to restrictions, but the steam room was open. What's the difference between the sauna and what's the medical reason for sauna? Is that in the guidelines?
Isn't it unbelievable?
Unbelievable.
Like, that's the shit that they're coming up with. Like, rather than fixing a broken health system, they're going, lads, we're going to have to sort out what we're going to do with these saunas and steam rooms. Because if we don't,
we can't close them both because people won't like
what?
it.
It's rampant in the schools. No. Forget about the schools for a second, lads. There's a Maldron down in Cork, lads, and there's people on about using the steam room.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shit that we're dealing with, like.
So I tipped around the sauna and the swim. I didn't go to the saunas. I obviously tipped around the little leisureplex.
And what were you wearing?
What was I wearing? Oh, I was wearing my Speedos. Speedo trunks.
I'd love if it was a little arse.
Ah, Jesus, no.
I'd love your little arses hanging out the back. Go on, anyway.
Shite enough now, in fairness, tipping around.
Imagine they'd wear that.
And I sat in the jacuzzi. Jacuzzi worked.
All right.
I can't understand what the benefits of a jacuzzi is.
Oh, you have to sit on it proper.
You sit on the spout.
Yeah, you have to sit in the spout proper.
Oh, and at full colonic.
If you get it right and you open your mouth, you can make a fountain. If you get the angle right.
I left there anyway and I said to myself, what am I going to do now with my couple hours to myself?
Yeah.
I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to organise our evening.
Okay.
So in looking for a spot for myself and Laura to go for the dinner and see some music, I went in the door of Dwyer's Bar.
Right.
Right, which is there on Washington Street.
Right.
And I met a gentleman called Daryl.
A fair play to him already. I know by the face, yeah, it's a fair play to him.
It was a total fair play to him.
Right, okay.
As a lovely fella.
Right.
And I said, Daryl, any chance of like a bit of dinner tonight and a bit of a band?
Right.
He says, we are having a band. We said, Jesus, it's hard to get you in for dinner. She said, I couldn't get my own mother in here tonight. It's that busy.
Jeez, he wouldn't.
I said, what's causing that?
He probably didn't want her. Go on.
No, I said, what's causing that? He said, bottomless brunches. I said, the place was wedged. Everybody was drinking to face themselves.
Bottomless who?
Bottomless brunch.
So, but how long did the brunch go on? Brunch is about 1 o'clock.
I know, but a couple of hours and everybody's steamed and then they don't mind paying for it.
And they stay out then?
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary, insane brunch.
He said, I have a booth way down the back, away from all the band.
Right.
I said, fine.
Yeah.
We'll take that because it looks like to be a bit of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
I said, but Daryl, listen to me now, Daryl.
You said, Daryl, come here to me now,
I said,
please.
come here to me now, Daryl. I know you're a good skin. Yeah. I said, please.
I've known you for the guts of 8 minutes now.
8 minutes now chatting to you.
Come on now.
I know that if you get a cancellation somewhere up near the band,
I'll be up there.
will you put me in there as opposed to down below, down the back? I said it'd make me look fierce well in front of herself.
No.
Right.
No.
A part of this story is how me and Sean O'Reilly differ. That's where I'm going to next.
There's so many levels, Ray. I don't know where it's
two
going.
levels to this story. So first of all, me and Daryl we've connected, and he said, I'll sort you out. Right. And I said, thank you very much, Daryl. I left there then all happy in the knowledge that I had the whole night sorted.
Yeah.
Back to the hotel, and then I went out, tipped out, collected her. We came back into the hotel, went upstairs just to unwind for herself, you know, after
you went
a long day at
unwinding.
college. Yeah. We were lying in the bed.
You were keeping yourself busy and she was unwinding.
We were flat out holding hands, right?
Dirty feckers.
I know. Things got a bit steamy like.
Right, okay, you got sweaty palms.
It kind of turned into a bit of a cuddle.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
So you picture that now.
Oh, it's getting sexy.
Myself and herself, cuddling.
Oh, a bit of holding hands, a few bits of cuddling. Let's go.
She says to me, I'm really enjoying this cuddle.
Go on.
And I says, well, you're going to have to stop.
Go on. What?
I said, you're going to have to stop. It's 22 minutes past 7. I said, I told Dara we'll be there for 7:45.
You pulled out.
I pulled out of the cuddling.
Of the cuddling.
Because of the fact that I didn't want to be letting Daryl down, seeing as he was such a nice skin earlier. She said,
fair play to you.
She said, I'm telling Sean.
What does that mean?
I'm telling Sean.
He would have kept going with the cuddling.
Sean O'Reilly wouldn't care about the fucking, what you call it?
Yeah, he would have been straight in.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Sean O'Reilly said, never mind the dinner. We'll keep at the cuddling here. We'll be there when we're there.
And how intense was the cuddling, Ray?
Oh, it's just cuddling.
Right.
Yeah.
Standard cuddling.
A hug. A horizontal hug.
Was a mystery cuddle. They call it spooning.
Yeah, there was a bit of spooning and horizontal. Just nice, easy going, but pre-marriage hugging. Yeah. You know?
Sanctimonious hugging was all we were doing.
Simple old innocent hugging.
Yeah, okay.
But I said there's enough of that now, we can't let Daryl down.
Yeah.
So we threw a shape in ourselves.
Right.
Tipped on down the town, and Daryl had come through for us.
Right, okay.
Daryl of Dwyer's.
Thank God, because you're homosexual.
He had a lovely little table right in front of the band.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And who was playing?
A band called Bedrock.
Bedrock and
they were very good.
Go on.
To them. Yeah, it was 4 at a minute.
Bjors?
Oh, one Bjor at the front, singing the songs.
Right.
Gentleman that looked like Sting on the guitar.
What? Okay.
Then there was another gentleman who looked like a bass player. And there was a lad that looked a bit like me playing the drums.
I was really hoping for something. I thought you'd have a character for every one of them. You look like a bass player.
Yeah, I don't know. I think your man looked like, the bass player looked like your man from Modern Family. Phil.
Oh,
Phil,
did he?
Yeah, with long hair.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And tell me this, were they playing rock music?
They played all kinds of stuff. Dance, rock. They played Whitesnake, they played Free From Desire.
Were they playing the
bits.
tunes that we all play, like?
Yes.
Okay.
But they played them in medleys. Loads of medleys. So it was like bang, bang,
That's
bang.
the way it's gone now, really. The music business changed, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, you can't hear a full song from start to finish anymore.
And you can't have a gap.
No gap.
No gap.
Seriously, there
no
can't.
spaces.
That's why I won't last in that business anymore, right?
Yeah.
I'd be gigging in establishments around the town that I can't name right now.
Right.
Because we get sponsored by the Blind
Because
Tiger.
we're financially tied.
To the Blind Tiger.
And Barry
There's other
James.
places, man. Geez, I reckon there's some gigs I might do 10 songs in 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Because you're talking shite.
But sometimes I'm not even talking shite. I'm just kind of looking around.
You asked me a question last episode and I was raging I didn't answer.
Well,
You said, what's a musical? Sure, isn't it just fucking talking and singing an odd song? I said, that's what you do on an average night.
It's a fair point. I give you that.
You are a one-man musical.
Yeah, but I'm not pretending to be like in, the old, like English fucking monarchy.
No, but your Hamilton is fucking rapping.
What? Rapping what?
They're rapping. It's rapping tunes the whole way
Yeah,
through.
but is he part of the English monarch?
No, no.
In every musical, you're either in a high school or you're part of the English monarch.
So how do you define Legally Blonde?
Yeah, but was she in high school at one stage in her life?
She was.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. Everybody was in high school at some stage in their life. Anyway, getting back to art, we had a marvellous night in Dwyer's. I have to ask you about a certain gentleman that appears in all venues.
What? Oh. Go on.
Gentleman, he's kind of tall.
Yeah.
He's big, smiley, vacant looking head in him, right?
Empty
He's walking around, empty head in him. He's there with a girl, but she's very tolerant.
Right.
And he's bumping into every other woman in the place.
Oh my
God. And
God.
he's falling on all the fellas.
Yeah.
And he gets away with it for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the bouncers catch him falling on me. Like his face was on my shoulder.
No way.
And then they threw him out.
Yeah. That's not always the fella now.
Oh.
I've seen it with the Bjords, man.
So it's an equal opportunities position.
Oh, no, I wouldn't discriminate against it, like.
Right.
I've seen... Okay, now here's the... right? I saw in my life the most ignorant woman that ever lived, ever, when Johnny Gallagher and the Box de Boohils were gigging in Anderson's.
This the last night?
Do you remember your one?
Oh, God, this
Do you remember that one?
No.
Right? She came in with this fella, right?
Poor fella.
Right, that poor fella. Did someone go up to him eventually and say, come here, you ought to...
You need to make different choices.
Just get away from that hammerhead, right? Do you remember her?
Yeah.
Right?
What was she doing?
She came in. We were sitting down at her table enjoying Kendy's 30th, right? Yeah. Having the crack.
Great night.
She put her jacket down on Nicola's seat.
Oh.
Just threw them down on it.
I didn't realise this.
Then got vexed when I told her that there's someone actually sitting in that seat. Yeah. Then she got vexed. The boyfriend just stood there pretending that there was nothing actually happening. Then she went out onto the dance floor, maybe 30 times, I'd say, over the course of the night, while he stood there, danced with other fellas, other women, grinded, fell over. Everybody saw her keister every time she fell over. She was wearing a short dress, right?
Yeah.
No one wanted to see that, but we did, right?
Had to.
I kept looking. But so and then when he'd go out then and start dancing with her, like holding her jacket, dancing with her, because she'd be like, come on out, Philip. You said you'd come out, like, come on.
Yeah.
And then he'd dance for a while, and then she'd get tick at him while they were dancing.
And this was very evidently happening. We could see
she
her
was like
getting
pushing him. She was pushing him and everything.
She was abusing him.
Absolutely abusing him. And then he'd go and stand up and still wait for her. Yeah. And one of us eventually, who did it?
I don't know.
Someone eventually went up and said, you ought to just get out of here and leave her here. Like,
did someone actually say that to her?
This is a crazy life. I think it might have been Lisa. I think she went up and said, what do you act like? Just get away from that flute, like. She was the worst person I've ever seen in my whole life.
So you're saying it
she was a modern day nightclub Hitler. That's honestly.
What's a modern day nightclub?
Just someone that had vexed as much as Hitler, but in a nightclub.
There's the name of the episode.
Should I mean?
Modern day nightclub Hitler.
I'm just saying, she pissed me off when I read about Hitler now. I read about Hitler, and I'm like, Jesus, that pisses me off, something fierce. And that's the same feeling I get when I saw her, and the acting she was at, like, pulling and dragging out of fellas of Bjorn and then pushing him and shit.
Yeah.
Honest to God, man.
Anyway, this book got
if
thrown
Hitler
out.
was a Bjorn. Anyway, this fella got thrown out. Anyway,
we had a lovely night. 12 o'clock, everybody get the out.
Oh, yeah, straight with
gone.
strict. Yeah, out.
Yeah, so all of a sudden now there was a very unhealthy, dangerous amount of people on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, all looking for chips. I can't imagine how takeaways manage this now. It's like dead up until 12.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. And here's what's happening in Chippers. Well, obviously, there's 3 boys behind the counter.
And 400 people.
400 people. Like, are you going to tell people to start wearing the masks in there and stuff? Are you man? Right?
Very, very smart.
Are you hell? It's like this, Ray.
And that's
I'll put
the
it to
way
you this
it
way.
is.
And this is the way it is, right?
Yeah.
I was at a Sligo Rovers game on Friday night.
Yeah.
Right? There was a pitch invasion because it was the last game of the season and young fellas wanted the Ronaldo treatment where they ask all the players to their jerseys. Yeah. Now, it was also against Bose, which is usually quite a
speaker manufacturer.
Quite yeah, they have a team in Ireland.
Do they? They make deadly alarm clocks.
Yeah, man. They were playing Dynacord and so Dynacord FC and they were against Bose, so it's always kind of a rambunctious enough kind of an atmosphere that's in the stadium. It finished 1-1, right?
Yeah.
All the Rovers fans flood the pitch, right? And then a couple of the young fellas who thinks they're hardy boys start sticking up the fingers at the Bose fans around the pitch. Way up you buy. Where was I going with this fucking story?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So, we're talking about it then again after the match. And we're like, someone said to me, isn't it mad? The cops did nothing about it. Like, that is crazy. I was like, there was 4 guards on, right? And they're on whatever the hell they're on, 20-something grand a year with no gun, no baton, nothing. Would you go after a bunch of lunatics running around a football pitch? No, you wouldn't. And it's the same thing that's happening in the Chipperlads, right? Where they're not going to go out and say, can you put your mask on, please, if you don't mind, when you're in there. I've been in them. I've been in the Chippers around the place after hours.
On the football
Nobody
note,
is adhering.
On the football note,
I've
seen a TikTok
of
a gentleman, I think it was in France. They picked like a very small team, with a very small stadium.
Yeah.
Not even a stadium, a football ground.
Yeah.
And they bussed in 9 busloads of lads dressed up as if they were going to a Champions League match. And they quietly snuck into the stand. And then your man had the loud hailer, the little speaker thing. And says, 2 arms! And all of a sudden, all the flares went off. All the vuvuzelas started blowing.
Jesus.
And the lads and then there was a lad that took his clothes off and ran around the pitch. And yeah, enjoyed that.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing about them streakers, man. They're not as good crack as they used to be.
Why?
There was a time when a streaker, right? There's 2 types of streakers that are both equally as hilarious as each other.
Yeah.
One of them is a very busty lady who's gorgeous. And when she runs around and she's hitting herself in the face, that's some good fucking television.
Yeah.
The other one is a man who is clearly 40 stone overweight, and his little Billy is flying around and he's running around and then he gets tackled. And I always find it funny. The steward that has to tackle that guy is going, I'm about to get a face full of cheek. Because I got to wrap around his legs and I'm going to be buried in his arse, right? But now the streaker or the pitch invader has become cocky young fellas who are fit as fiddles. Takes the stewards 20 minutes to catch him, and they end up wrecking the game.
Yeah.
There was a rugby match 2 weeks ago, Wales versus South Africa, I think it was. Wales were about to score a try. Liam Williams had the ball in his love. Your man ran onto the pitch in the way of the play, and he was a Welsh gentleman.
Oh, I seen this.
And he got hurled all kinds of shite at him.
Yeah.
So the kick has been taken out of the streakers, and I reckon it takes bodies like mine and yours
to bring the kick back into the streakers.
Up to Markovich Park, right? And the 2 of us.
Aptly named.
Oh, man, up
Markovich.
Up to Markovich Park, right? The 2 of us, right? And let's get it, because we got to fight for what the streaker was.
Yeah, okay.
I slightly...
I am offended.
Billy Connolly said it. Sorry, Billy Connolly said it perfect. He said there's nothing funny about a fit fella naked. He said you have to have a weird body for it to be funny.
Why are you including me in this?
What are you on about? We have a similar body type.
Oh, we do not. You're a fat fool. I am.
Fuck off.
Ripped out.
Fuck off. You. Fuck off now, okay?
What are you joking?
Seriously.
No,
we have the same body.
You're right. It's nice that we've got to a point where you actually think you have the same body type as me. That's you putting you down.
Don't say that.
If I could have played this back to Mark 3 years ago, he would have balked.
Oh, jeez, I would have said there's no way I get that bad.
The following morning, getting back to my story from Cork.
Oh yeah, go on.
Following morning, this is at like 12:30 on a Sunday in Cork.
Right.
A leisureplex, right, with a cinema and pool rooms and pool tables and slot machines and shooting games.
Oh,
and 10
Duke Time to Kill.
10-pin bowling, Mark.
Oh, gee, I haven't bowled in years, Ray.
I went for a game bowling against myself.
Did you? And who won?
I managed. My father would be very proud. I lost.
Did you put on the shoe and
I
everything?
put on the shoe and everything.
And are you actually able to bowl?
By the end of it, by the 10th bowl, I was able to hit one.
Big question.
What's that?
Did you have the rails up?
I was very tempted to put them up.
Were you?
Yeah.
You look like an awful gobshite when you put the
God,
rails
it's
up.
not easy.
No, bowling's hard,
And I lost a fortune in there.
Why?
Because of the fact that's how they get you. I said, can I get €10 in coins? And I went over to another machine that pushes the coins out.
Oh, I love that tipping point. Yeah.
Put in like €4, right?
Yeah.
So I had 10.
Yeah.
I put in 4.
Yeah.
And I won like 6.
Euro.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
€6.
Okay.
So now I have €12.
Lovely.
And I'm looking at it going, I can make a fortune here.
This is flawless.
I put the other 12 in the space of 30 seconds.
Oh my
Nothing,
God.
all gone.
Jeez. What the hell? What gave you the inclination that I'm going to live in the 80s for the next 15, 20 minutes?
What do you mean?
Who goes to bowling and those leisure plexes
But I walked
anymore?
across the street from the fancy breakfast spot.
Yeah.
And it was just there.
And was it you on your own?
It was on me and by myself.
So you just tipped into one of these...
1 o'clock on Sunday. What were you doing at 1 o'clock on Sunday?
Well, I'll tell you what I wasn't doing, man. I wasn't at Nate Road's birthday party.
I was on my own at the place to myself.
That's so weird. What was I
played
doing?
air hockey with myself.
You did not?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Won that
Ray.
as well. I played the basketball game. I played Rambo, shoot 'em up. I played Daytona driving cars.
Ray, that game was out in 1996.
I know, you can tell.
Jesus, like, that's so outdated. Just buy a PlayStation and play a one, like.
I scratched me itch.
But you had a bit of crack with
I
yourself.
had great crack with myself.
You were keeping yourself busy.
Yeah, and then I went to the Reardons for drank a pint and watched the rugby. I had a lovely time.
You watched rugby. You watched the
I
rugby?
watched the Argentina-Ireland match, yeah.
Why?
Because I'm into watching games of the rugby. I know what you're thinking.
No, you're not.
I have a whole persona that don't like sports.
Yeah, but you're not into watching the rugby, gentlemen.
I was, and I found it very, very entertaining. I was sitting there at my table drinking Guinness. Yeah. There was 2 Boers, right, standing to my right.
Lovely.
And they had Guinness t-shirts on.
Lovely.
And I asked them, could I get a pint of Guinness? They said, no, we don't work here. I was trying to go, what the hell? Do you know what they were doing? They were putting 3D prints on the heads of the Guinness.
Oh my God.
They were printing pictures.
That's what their job is.
That's what they were there temporarily for the afternoon for the rugby to put pictures of...
Of what?
Of what's your man that died of the hunger strikes up the north?
But Robert Sands.
Yeah. Pictures of Robert Sands.
What? I thought it was like novelty. I thought
it's whatever you want. It's just that was the last book asked for.
Someone asked for a picture of Robert Sands.
Is it Robert Sands? Why does that not sound right?
Bobby Sands.
Bobby. Yeah.
But I'll address him by his proper title.
I said to the girls, I said, what kind of pictures did they put on it? And she took out the phone and said, here's the last one we did. And I said, is that Bobby Sands?
Why is Bobby Sands on a pint of Guinness?
Because
that's actually the opposite of what he wanted. He was on a hunger strike. You're sticking the fucking fingers up at him, like. Where have you had that straight?
I have other stuff.
Go on.
My next question for you. This is like the wrapping up questions.
Oh yeah, go on.
Were you breastfed as a baby?
You know what? I don't know that. That's so weird. I have a friend. I asked him that question. I said, "Were you breastfed?" And he said, "No, my mum had too much respect for her cats." I don't know if I was or not.
Isn't it mad that in all these years neither of us have asked the mother this question?
We must ask them.
And do you think they tell us the truth? They probably would, of course.
I'd like to hope I was breastfed, like.
Do you think?
You know, I'd like to hope I was.
That's the good stuff.
To think I was, I guess. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Like, there's a reason that the term is mother's milk, like, when you get something proper.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to have a sucky house of it when I was a child. I wish I did, like, you know what I mean?
And then the follow-up question was, how long did you leave me at it? Huh? Like, how was I 2 or 3 when you finished?
Oh yeah. Imagine if she was like, "Do you not remember? You were 17." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to know if I was or not. No,
but it's funny, it's not. I bet you there's very few fellas. James, were you breastfed as a young fella? No, he's no idea. No,
he doesn't
know
either.
But I say very few men in this world know that they were breastfed as a child.
Well, it's not. I mean, you'd rarely ask your mother about her cans. I mean, it doesn't pop up that often in conversation.
It's kind of there's a
taboo, I would say.
All I could think of was voodoo. That's not the word.
We're not stabbing a doll with fucking. It is taboo to ask your old one about her cans.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the kind of thing you'd bring up over lunch.
Will we find out?
I think we should both find out.
I'd love to know, because if we weren't, the thing is, if you weren't breastfed, that's when people go, sure. Sure, that's why you're the way you are.
Will we ring the mothers on air and ask them?
Yeah, let's ring them on air and ask them.
Do you want to do that?
Hang on.
You'll have to connect into the...
I'll have to connect up, lads.
Yeah, will we do this for the crack? Ma'am. Yeah, she's coming to the roadcaster, bro. God forgive me. I hope she doesn't say anything stupid. Right.
Okay, Ray, ask her then, so.
I'm going to ask her. I hope she answers. She wouldn't be one sometimes.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Carmel. How are you?
I'm good.
Good now. I have a question. I'm sorry now I have to ask you a little questioning. It's been a little question came up at the weekend. I said I'd find out. Just as a matter of interest, was I breastfed as a child?
Tried to for a day or two. Didn't succeed.
I just wasn't taking it.
It was
just not working out.
It was just not working out. It was difficult.
That's all right. That's all we need to know. That's all I need to know.
Bye.
Ara, just myself and Mark here are chatting about it, so I just wanted to find out.
Oh, don't put it on the podcast. That's that.
Don't worry, Carmel. We're going to ask Geraldine next now. Geraldine's next up on the list. So we'll find out now. Aye, but thank you. Thanks very much, Carmeline. We'll talk to you now. Mind yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Ray, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that about you.
Maybe that explains an awful lot.
You wouldn't go for it.
No. That explains a lot, doesn't it?
She didn't put in any effort. She said, I tried for a day or two.
Yeah, well, I'd be the same. When something wasn't working out, I'd go, fuck this.
Fuck this.
It kind of runs in the family.
He mustn't be mine at all. Fuck this.
So that's me then, so.
Let's find out.
I was a bottle baby.
Let's find out if I did, okay?
Let's go,
Stand by.
I hope she answers.
She never answers me.
Does she not?
She keeps saying, why are you ringing me? You're not my son. She's always joking like that, man. She go crack.
Yeah, that's good fun.
She go crack like, I thought I got rid of you, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's it now. I'm only getting one side, but that'll do.
Hello.
Well, ma'am, what's crack?
How are you, love?
I'm not too bad. Come here. I have to ask you something that's a bit weird, but it's an argument between me and Ray here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so was I breastfed as a child?
No.
What?
No.
Why not?
None of you were.
What?
None of you were breastfed because that time not a lot used to breastfeed their children.
You didn't even give it a go, like.
No. And I feel bad that I didn't.
That's what happens the way we are, man.
Maybe. You're not fond of the boob, is it? I got you on that one, Mark.
All right, that's all I needed to know about. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Don't forget to tell me what you want for Christmas, okay?
I will. Okay, I'll tell you. I promise. Okay, bye. Mother of
Should not be a playboy anyway, because he's not fond of the boob. That's worse than me.
Neither of us were.
Yeah, well, I got a day out of it.
You got a day
I got a day out. I just wasn't on it. Not my kind of. I didn't enjoy it.
That is unbelievable. I can't believe that. I'm sick.
So that's what has us. No wonder we look like this.
That'll wreck her now, because she worries so much, that she did mess us up. Like, that's her biggest worry now. Man's biggest worry is that she messed us up. And I rang her. She won't sleep tonight now.
No.
Thinking I should have let them suck away.
Ring. Yeah. Suck away. Take a suck out of it. That's good crack. She went. And it's funny, I didn't ask Carmeline about the rest of them.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's the thing. Maybe it was up to you. She was like, I wasn't fond of him, so
we'll ring her back. No, we won't. We'll leave her alone there now. That was wild crack. I nearly choked there.
Oh, man, that's unbelievable.
You weren't fond of the boob.
Ray, that's probably a good way of finishing, because I have to go and shower and go and gig in a place in town that I can't tell anyone about, because it's not where we get money from. So,
do you have any shout outs before we go?
Oh, not really, no.
Oh, right.
That's only because I can't remember. Why have you got some shout outs?
I think a girl by the name of Sally. She texted the podcast.
Oh, she called and she got the word.
What?
I suppose you've heard.
What are you talking about?
About Alice. I don't know why she's leaving or where she's gonna go. I guess she's got her reasons, but I just don't wanna know. 'Cause for 20 long years I've been living next door to Alice. It was Sally that called at the time.
Okay,
that's
why. No, she didn't call. She sent us on a picture of a lady we mentioned who likes Sligo hotspots and taking videos.
Who, what?
Do you remember your one that you were on about the last time?
I have, sir. Oh, yeah. Mrs. Chambers.
Mrs. Chambers apparently had a jaunt in the woods.
A what?
A jaunt.
Jaunt? What
a jaunt as in a walk. But the photo that Sally thought we needed to see on behalf of the podcast was a photo of Miss Chambers, who had clearly fallen over quite a large branch.
She must have.
And you could see right up her skirts.
Oh!
Now, it's fine. She was wearing rather large, what you call her, from the Bridget Jones's
Where does she get
underpants.
Where does she get the bad jocks?
But I couldn't get over the picture. She literally looked like she'd cradled herself over a big branch. And the two legs were spread wide open. And her head was upside down looking back at the camera.
Oh, for the love of God.
Thank you, Sally, for sending that in.
Thanks so much, Sally. Fair play to you, lovey.
Yeah, that was 138.
That's 138. A big thanks to the Blind Tiger and Andersons for, again, trying to give us cocktails.
We may as well give a bit of a heads up as well. We have a live show coming up.
What?
We do we? Excuse me? Yes.
What's that?
Remember we talked about it. We're going to record an episode of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Live.
Oh, savage.
One Monday night.
So it's not going to be a show. It's going to be just a live podcast.
Just a live podcast.
Lovely.
We'll do it upstairs in Anderson's.
Lovely.
Tremendous event centre with wonderful food items.
Wonderful.
We'll do it one of the Mondays in December. We haven't decided which one yet.
Lovely.
Hopefully before the lock us down, according
to everyone.
Yeah. And it'll be free.
Brilliant.
So we won't make any money off it.
I didn't agree to that. Definitely not, but okay.
Brendan's suggestion. Because if it's free, then there's no pressure.
Yeah, people can come or go.
Because it could be shite.
Yeah, it will be shite. But yeah, okay.
But basically, we'll give them the time and they can book an online ticket, so we're in line with COVID regulations and stuff. And then they come up and sit, and they can just sit in while we're doing it.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah,
if that makes any kind of sense.
That date is coming. So basically, if you want to buy something for your loved one for Christmas and you don't want to spend a lot of money, tickets to our live show. It's the gift that just keeps on giving.
That's great.
Yeah.
Come here, big fair play to Jay McManus for stepping in on the 1 and 2s there. Fair play to him, man.
Best of luck to Brendan on his holidays.
Yeah, best of luck to Brendan. We find out how he gets on next week.
Anyone like to suggest what he might be doing with 4 days for himself?
Send us some pictures.
Or if you spot him, we could do an iRadio job on it. He could be the money man.
Listen. If you find Brendan out there,
you get 2 free tickets.
Get 2 free tickets to our live show if you find Brendan.
Yeah.
That's 138. Ray, fair play to me.
Finding Brendan. Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.